I'm Lady T506. Welcome to my channel. Hi everyone, today I'm here to review American Horror Story Season 5 Hotel Episode 5 and 6. We're starting off with Alex. She at the hospital trying to work on a little boy who has measles, and she's sitting up there because she ain't had her no blood since I guess she done got turned. So, she kind of out of it, and the mama's trying to hug her like, help me, help my son, and she look like she ready to just claw all up into this woman's neck because she's like smelling on like, oh my goodness, your blood smells good. So she carries her tail on over there to the little area where they keep the blood at. Now I'm like, this woman, she's sitting here, she ain't got her a couple of bags, went off to the bathroom trying to hide. Now she is like dead on the floor or ripping bags up, making just the biggest mess ever. And I guess it ain't time to be cute when you hungry and you need your blood, and like we not locking doors. What if somebody come in? Like, these is the question I'm asking. So after she done got her a good, 2 packets of blood in her system, she good to go right now. So she done cleaned herself up, got her a new little hospital smock on, and gone about her business. She's like, okay, I need to save this little boy. So her bright idea is, I'm gonna turn this little boy. Now mind you, she is like all of 2 minutes off of just drinking like 2 pints of blood. I don't know what her mind thinking is. Okay, I'm grown and I need blood. What are my reasons to giving this boy some blood and have him going off into the world acting crazy? Because he gonna need some more blood. He gonna need guidance. These are the things I'm wondering. So she done got into this child's room and closed off the blinds and put her blood up into his little IV. And I'm thinking, what if somebody come in? What if somebody wondering why is this IV got blood in it? Why is this red? But I guess, she a doctor, I'm not. Maybe people ain't coming in like that. Maybe she's like, let the boy rest. The next thing we see this boy, he like colds right quick and then pops back up. He fine. Measles is gone. He up walking around like ain't nothing happened, like he wasn't on death's door like 2 seconds ago. So it's time for him to go home. She don't even care what's going to happen to him after this because her job was done. She done saved him. We get there. It's like the next day. Daddy dead on the floor in a pool of blood. Mama, she's sitting there twitching and shaking. He is doggone draining the life out of his mama while wearing a pirate costume because it's Halloween. School bus come. He wipes his mouth off and gets on the school bus like he didn't just kill his mama and daddy right here. Now I'm thinking, okay, what's this little boy gonna do now? Because you ain't got no mama and daddy. Who gonna be paying these bills? Like, these are the questions that's going on in my mind. So we get him at school. The teacher told him, look here, I got to take your little hook, that's considered a weapon. He in the closet with some little girl. The teacher asked him, like, where him and that little girl, they in the closet. What this little fast tail girl doing in the closet? I shouldn't call her that, but you in the closet with some little boy. Y'all wasn't in there talking about what colors y'all like. Y'all was up with something. So he done kissed her and bit her. She's like, I thought you done bit me. He's like, I'm going to bite myself, so now I taste your blood and you can taste mine. Next thing you know, this little child get to twitching and shaking, and the teacher comes in. She's like, all right, y'all need to get up out of here. And with one clean flick of the steak knife that he done stole from her, he done killed the teacher and told the little girl, all right, if you want to feel better, go ahead and drink that blood. Next thing you know, another teacher comes in, and they in the closet, and this little girl's just like, I didn't mean to do it. They done killed him. All the other children in the class, they twitching because they done got measles. And I'm sitting here thinking, were they not vaccinated? Because, like, they done caught his measles. And I thought if you vaccinated, you don't get the measles. Y'all get me together if I'm wrong. But next thing you know, he's like, you gonna feed and you will feel better. I'm like, this so crazy little boy right here. Like, he already had evil in his mind. And I'm trying to figure out, when you turn vampire, does that make you an excellent at like slashing throats and stuff? Because he was too good at just slashing. Like, he went straight for the jugular. And I don't even know if that knife was all that sharp, but whatever reason, he didn't slice that woman up and like got all these kids feeding off the teacher. One of them manages to get away, and he gets to the office, and they're like, all right, we finna lock this school down. Okay, then we got a lockdown with some vampire babies running out there. Now, I know they don't want to say they're vampires, but y'all drinking blood and laying in coffins, and y'all live forever. I don't know what else to call you. And then like, why are they coffins glass? I thought the whole point of having a coffin is dark, but hey, I'm not never claimed to be a vampire expert. So when the police get out there, we got these murderous children out there standing up in some caves up there looking like they scared, knowing good and well they the one that did all this mess, and they like, it was somebody in black. They was in mask. I was so fearful. And the ringleader one time I said, I know exactly what happened. Yeah, you do, because you didn't want to did all this. So now we got these murderers, a bunch of children that didn't turn into vampires, gonna go home and kill their mom and daddy. I'm like, okay, see, this little boy, he had evil intentions before he was turned. Cause like he went all the way over like too fast. Like he was probably already killing random animals in the neighborhood before all this. Then we got Donovan taking his mom over there to Ramona Moriel's house, and he's trying to convince her that that Iris is drunk. She said, that woman ain't drunk. She'd have been turned. You're being reckless, but I like it. And he said, this is my mama. She the way to get to the Countess. Don't nobody notice my mama when she at the hotel. So this is the way in. I'm like, yeah, still being shady towards your mama. But hey, so Iris, she go back to the hotel and she just is feeling as sick as ever. And she goes up there to Wrestle Edgerton. I'm going to continue to call him that. I don't care. Whatever he's on, he'll be Wrestle Edgerton. But anyway, she go up to him and he's like, dang, girl, you looking bad. And then he texts her. He's like, oh, I see. So he goes to get, that top shelf blood of Countess and give it to her. And she's like, ooh, this is good. What is it? She was like, that was, the private selection of Countess. And she's like, this blood. So he goes, she's like, I can't believe I've been turned. I'm looking ugly like this, and I'll be ugly like this for all of eternity. And he going on to tell his story, how he was married and had a little boy. And he married his wife because they wore the same size clothes. He got his kicks out of wearing women's clothes. And he was a pilot, and he used to always, when it was time to go out of town, that was time for him to be him. So he in the hotel room at the Hotel Cortez and got his good fur out and his high heels on and his little lingerie just to prance around the room just as happy as he ever want to be. So like he didn't call for some champagne and he's like, all right, just leave it at the door. I'll see your tip later. So he like opens up the door slightly and gets his champagne and pulls it in. He turns around and this Countess sitting there. I'm like, where the heck did she come from? Like, she going through doors and she just appearing from nowhere. Like, where did you come from? But he's like, this is not what it looks like. And she's like, no, darling, this is who you are. So she didn't taught him how to be a little somebody. He didn't cut off his hair. And he bowed, and then next thing they see him strutting down the hall with his best fur and his best pumps. Like, yes, Vogue, strike a pose, yes. And he walking down the street, walking down the hall just a strutting, and he sees two of his pilot's friends. So that was like, oh my goodness, I hope they don't see me. I was like, is that you, Bob? Shout out to Freeway. But anyway, like, is that you? Are you gay? Oh my goodness, I drunk some of his Sprite. Tell me if you're gay. I'm like, had to remember this is like the 80s when they thought, you walk by somebody and if you just smell their body, then bam, you got AIDS. And they up there trying to, ruffle him up. Next thing you know, Countess come up and just with one slice and killed them. And he's sitting there like, oh my goodness. And he's scared because she didn't just kill them. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Then we got these two new people. They come into the hotel. They just as rude as ever. They there because Will Drake, they want them a Will Drake room. They a little bougie. They already giving Iris attitude. She ain't trying to feel it because, she only got a few more hours while this good top shelf blood is good in her system. So they's like, we want this, we want that. So Wrestle Edgerton is like, this is what we gonna do, baby. He done got some cat food and chopped it and, mixed it together to make it look good. So she done took that upstairs to them. They still going off. I'm going to get you fired. This is the worst service ever. Next thing you know, she done dropped the knife. Next thing you know, she done took that corkscrew and killed and drank their blood. And her and Russell Edgerton getting rid of her. And she was like, she's feeling herself now. Like, yes, I done got rid of these two foods. Yes, I'm enjoying this. Yes. Then we got Detective John. He's trying to convince his boss that he was kidnapped and forced to watch the killing. And he said he was kidnapped by James Patrick March, Eileen Wuornos, what was his name, Jeffrey Dahmer, and some other folks. Now, how I don't know what was his thinking going in there to try to tell his boss this. He's like, I know it wasn't them. I know they did. But somebody's trying to recreate this. And, like, the more he talks, the more it's like, yeah, boo, yeah, you sounded a little crazy. Meanwhile, we got Alex, Countess, and brought her, holding to her, like, go over there and say hi to your mama. And he's like, Mommy, you look like me now. And Alex is looking like, okay, now I got my son, and, you know, I can leave now. But, you know, Countess, she ain't feeling that. She's like, look here, you gonna be the governor to all this children, and you and Holden can be together forever and all that good stuff. But, you know, you ain't finna leave this place with Holden. And you already can see it, Alex in her eyes. You know, she looking for a way so that she can get Holden out of the grasp of the Countess, because she want her baby back. She ready to just be sitting there sniffing and getting high off his hair until the end of time, so her and her baby can go back to being the way they are. I'm trying to think what else happened on that episode. Oh, she was like, okay, John stay at this hotel, and now I'm here with Holden. Like, how this gonna work? And it was like the Countess was almost like, okay, if we need to do that, we could just go ahead and kill his tail and be over with it. And I'm like, well, that ain't like, she ain't even thinking about Scarlett, what this gonna do to her, seeing as how she living at the hotel now in, you know, the little coffin with old baby Holden. So what she gonna do with Scarlett? So I believe that's all that happened on episode 5. You know, we got the little killer baby, and they all off on the run after they doing that. John, he then went to his detective like, hey, this what happened. We found out about Russell Edgerton and his background story. We talk about ours and them. So yeah, I think that was all of what's happened on that episode. So let's get into episode 6. So episode 6 starts off with it's 1920s, and we got Countess showing up to some doctor's house so she can get an abortion. And she's like, I need to get rid of this baby. He like, how many months are you? And she stands up and she's like a good 7-8 months pregnant. And I'm like, this ain't no abortion, this is killing a baby. But this is American Horror Story. So they get her downstairs into their little laboratory, and the nurse is like, it says she's 75 degrees. And he's like, clearly if she was 75, or if her temperature was 75 degrees, she'd be dead. Girl, I'm going to need you to do better. So they didn't, you know, perform the abortion. And the nurse is like, I think this baby is still alive. And next thing you know, the baby, like, leaps up and, like, goes for the doggone nurse's dad. And the doctor is seeing this baby that he just, you know, aborted kill somebody. He's not yelling, screaming, running for the hills. He's not doing none of that. He picked the baby up, wrapped it up, was like, here, it's a baby boy. I'm like, this thing done just killed somebody. Y'all not worried about that? That's 1. 2, I thought you was trying to get rid of the baby. Now you swapping the baby. You happy that you got you a baby boy, and this baby boy done just killed somebody? This is what we doing here? So we got Detective John. He's sitting there getting his sleep on, and he is awakened again by Holden. Just like last time, he gonna run chasing after Holden, but Holden leads him. Well, I don't know if it was Holden's spirit or hallucination, whatever it was, but led him to that empty swimming pool where all the baby coffins be at. And he sees his wife in one of the coffins with Holden. And he sees this, almost has a heart attack and passes out. So I don't know why he's still staying at that hotel. Like, you've been several occasions where you've been sitting there talking to Sally's old creepy tail, and she didn't just disappear. You didn't just had this encounter where you was held hostage and forced to watch Eileen Warnos, James Patrick March, Jeffrey Dahmer, and some other killers kill somebody. So maybe this ain't the hotel you should be staying at, but for whatever reason, he's still staying there. So y'all, Russell Edgerton got him a new boo. Him and Tristan is together now. And I don't know what it is about Tristan, but like, he's laying up in Russell Edgerton's arms, but he's saying he's not gay. Yeah, that's what I thought. But, you know, Russell Edgerton's like, you're not gay because I'm a woman. No, you're not. You're still a woman. You're still a man. But whatever reason, Tristan wants us to know he's not gay. Like, he's so happy and in love with Russell Edgerton. Meanwhile, we got Countess downstairs trying to seduce Will Drake so she can marry and then take his money. But, you know, he gay, so he ain't really, like, into, wanting to be with the Countess. So she has to summon Tristan upstairs. He don't want to leave his new boo, so but he has to. But Rose Edgen is like, let's just keep this between us for right now, because Countess is crazy, and you don't know what that girl gonna do. So he goes upstairs, and she sees Will Drake naked across the bed, and she's like, all right, come on, let's have some fun. And he's like, I'm not gay. But Will Drake's like, you was trying to get with me like a few days ago, and you was telling me about all the sex you had in prison. He's like, I was just lying. He's like, I'm not gay. I don't want to do that. Boo, you gay. We just gonna keep it like that. But Countess, she looking at him because, he kind of getting his book about him. Usually if she say do something, he hop to it. But, now he done found love in a, hopeless place. He ain't trying to listen to Countess, and she kind of seeing what's going on, but she don't know what's going on, but she knows something is going on. So now that Jonathan found Alex laying up in the bed, laying up in the coffin with Holden, she got to go to Russell Edgeton and look at her. John saw me in the coffin room with Holden and the other vampire babies. I need your help. He's like, all right, let's see what you going to do. Go get you a dustpan and a broom and clean all them coffins out. She's like, I got him sedated. He gonna be out for about 2 hours, but we need to get this together. So when he wakes up, she's trying to convince him that he had called her all paranoid and a panic, and when she got there, he was wandering the halls talking about he didn't see Holden in a coffin in the swimming pool. And she's like, this is exactly what Scarlett said. You was hallucinating, you going crazy, you was just remember what Scarlett said, so this is in your mind. So it's like, no, I know what I saw. So he goes down there right where the room was at, where the baby in the coffins was at, but ain't no coffins because, Russell Edgeton and Allison got rid of it. So now he really starting to go crazy, like, mind messing up. Like, you need to get up at that hotel. That is the common denominator in this situation. It's the hotel that's making you crazy. You wasn't like this before you got at that hotel. You was a somewhat sane man. Yeah, you was kind of lost when you lost your son, but this hotel is bringing you down, bro, and I'm gonna need him to see this. So Ramona Royale and Donovan show up at the hotel while Countess is out because she wanted to kill the little vampire babies. Donovan, he ain't really trying to do that, but Iris, she gang. Like, now that she done got her a good taste of that doggone blood from them 2 folks she done killed, she feeling herself. But she's like, she love them kids, but that hotel ain't a place for them kids. They means to an end. Get rid of them, you getting rid of Countess. But when they get there, the kids ain't there because, John done spoiled that plan after he done walked around and saw the little coffin, so they had to get rid of him. So Ramona Royale, her next plan is, I'm going to go upstairs to where Countess keep her son. I'm like, that thing's still alive. Shouldn't be old, but like if he was a vampire, he would still be like a newborn baby. So she goes into this pitch black room, and like you like hear like footsteps, and I'm like, how is it walking if it was newborn? Like, these are the things that's going on in my mind. She's like, hey, it's Auntie Ramona, and she has a knife trying to kill this thing. She's like, yes, Bartholomew, it's Auntie Ramona, let's come out and play. I got a surprise for you. Next thing, that thing, I don't know if it cuts her or what, but that thing takes off running. It's like, I'm getting the heck up out of here. My mama ain't came to see me in a while. I ain't seen nothing but doctors all my life. I can't even be in there with the little vampire children and watch cartoons. I'm out. So Russell Edgeton tells Ramona Royale that he's found love. He happy now, and he is in love with Tristan, and Tristan is in love with him. She's like, ain't that Countess his new boo? He's like, yeah, but she's like, you might not want to tell nobody that because that girl crazy and you don't know what she gonna do. But he's like, well, maybe if she know that we in love, she gonna understand. This is Countess. She don't understand. She don't care about nobody's feelings. Like, the only person she care about is probably that little creepy little baby she got. But she don't even be seeing him like that. Like, we didn't even know she had a baby until this episode. So clearly her feelings are all about her getting that money and drinking that good blood from them children. So we see those two tourist girls from like the first episode, and they wandering around lost. And it was like, okay, can you show us how to get up out of here? He's like, you ain't never getting up out of here. It's just like season 1. That house, once you die there, you stuck there forever. And he goes on to tell them how it was some woman, she was like really, really obese, and like she killed herself like I guess she like slit her wrist while she was in the tub, and she just sat there and just like decayed for months. Then you get old creepy like housekeepers like, yes, I love the smell of decay in the morning. I'm like, something wrong with you. Like, I'm gonna need you clearly something wrong with her. And she was saying how the woman that didn't kill herself, she found a purpose. She was going around killing folks, so they thinking, hey. He was like, if she found her purpose at the hotel, so now every once in a while, she can leave and go out and do stuff, but then she got to come back to the hotel. At least she ain't stuck there on the same loop over and over again. So that's like, okay, that's what we got to do. So they one of them found some dude and like had sex with him, and then her friend comes in, but he's like, okay, I see this, y'all prostitutes, y'all trying to get me for my money. So he goes to the bathroom, like, I'm going to try to be up out of here by the time I get back. Well, one of them's like, well, that's not finna happen. So she kills him, and like, they thinking that, hey, we killed somebody, now we can leave. That's not how it works. She's like, well, we thought, well, if we killed somebody, then maybe that would be it. And Alex comes in and is like, okay, what happened to him? He's like, well, we thought that was our purpose of killing somebody. So Alex, like, I guess she tells him, well, you go over there and have sex with John and everything will be fine. Well, we got a drunk John just walking down the hall. Drunk, of course, like I said. And they stumble upon him. Next thing you know, they are in the bed and there's blood. I don't know whose blood it is. I don't know if it was the guy that they killed. But, like, he wakes up and freaks out and, like, butt naked goes down to the office like, you know what? I'm out of here. He tells Russell Edgerton something ain't right. His hotel praise I'm out. He get to packing up his stuff, and when he goes in the shower to wash up, Countess's son hops in the bag, and I'm trying. How small is he that he can fit into a duffel bag up under some clothes? Like, how is it that this little thing that is getting around and knowing what to do? This is the things that's going on in my head. So John's at home with Scarlett, and Scarlett, she's beside herself, was like, you know how embarrassing it is when your friend's mom was like, when your mom won't come get you and you don't have an answer, seeing as how your mama ain't called or checked up on you in 2 days. Like, she is so focused on turning other people into vampires, sniffing Hogan's hair and being with him. She ain't even thinking about Scarlett. So, Scarlett kind of upset. So John upstairs unpacking, and like, he hears a noise. And he gets his gun out, and when he goes downstairs, he sees a shadow. He's thinking that, hey, this could be that little serial killer that's out, that's been taunting me. So he goes into the kitchen and, shoots a few rounds off. And I guess it was Countess's son, who we have yet to see. But you hear a little, like a squeal of an animal. So now she freaked out. So now Alice got to come in. They didn't call the police, rightfully so, because shots have been fired at the house, and that's like, John, he not stable, but she gets there, and she's like, okay, well, maybe you'll be all right if you're not at the hotel, and like, you're back in your house and everything. He's like, okay, where you gonna be at? Oh, that's right, you going back to that hotel. That's what you finna do. See, I know what's going on. You ain't finna fool me. Like, all this going on with John is slowly but surely driving him crazy, and Alex gotta be like, no, I'm not going back to her. I was never there. Like, what's gonna happen to Scarlett? She gonna be put in foster care because clearly Alex does not care. Not Donovan, but John does. But he's got so much craziness happening to him. Is he gonna be able to take care of Scarlett? So anyway, we got Alex leaving, and she hears a noise, and she goes and investigates this strange noise. Don't know why, but she does. And she goes into the bush, and it's Countess's son. So she was saying, okay, I'm going to get him together and bring him home. So Russell Edgerton tells Countess, I'm in love. I'm in love with Tristan. He's in love with me. And with your blessing, I want us to be together. But she's like, you know what? Once I'm done using him for all I can use him, then you can have him. But until then, he mind me. Like, I ain't never asked you for nothing. This is somebody I love. She's like, okay, well, we gonna let Tristan decide. So Tristan comes up to Russell Edgerton's room, and he sees Countess there too. He's like, oh, okay, here we go. Okay, let's get this over with. He like, I want to be with Russell Edgerton. I know that me and you not gonna be forever, because you get your rocks off by getting a new person to turn, and instead of just like us just being miserable together. Let me just go ahead and be Russell Edgerton. I love him. You can go find you somebody new right quick, because that's what you're going to do anyway. So let's just go ahead and get this over with. And he's like, okay, you can have him. So they thinking everything cool. But it's not cool, because she turns around and slits Tristan's throat. And Russell's like, oh my goodness, no, not my love, not my love. It's like, no. And she's like, okay, you can have him. Now go bury him. I was like, see, you making enemies for yourself right now. Like, most of the people at the hotel don't like you. We already got Iris don't like you. Donovan, you done did him wrong. He don't like you. Your ex, Ramona Royale's trying to kill you and all your little vampire babies. And now you done made an enemy out of Russell Edgerton. You better watch out. So anyway, we got Countess going to her son's room. And she sees Alex in there. And she's like, what the hell you doing with my baby? And Alex is like, yeah, he got out. He got a little hurt, but he's all right. Here's your baby. And she's giving her that look. She's saying it without saying it, like, She's like, yeah, I saved your son just like you saved mine. We even. So when I want to leave with my son, I'm going to leave with my son. Because remember, I know you have a son. And if you take mine from me, I will take yours from you. This is what I'm getting from her right now. She's not saying it, but she's saying it like her, like, here's your baby. I got them together. But that baby, what was wrong with that baby? It was like his face was like not a face. It was like, I don't know how to explain it, but the baby looked, it wasn't a baby, so I can't say the baby was ugly, because, that thing was ugly. And, yeah, I don't know how that thing is alive and doing all the things that it been doing. So, yeah, that was the gist that went on. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment or video response. And like always, I want to thank my subscribers and the people watching my videos. I want you to like this video, comment, and subscribe. And share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and here on YouTube. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.